guys, it's April. And even though it's not the end of April yet, I wanted to give you my April book haul in hopes that it will stop my spending on books for at least April. I said a lot of Aprils in there with a combination of my name and the month. Let me tell you, April is my least favorite month because I get so confused when people are trying to talk about dates. I think they're talking about me, and when they're talking about me, I think they're talking about it's just bad. But that's neither here nor there. We're gonna ignore that rant. So in hopes of stopping my rampant book buying that I'm not supposed to be doing but do anyways, this is my haul. Luckily, it's a relatively small haul of only 9 books, and weirdly enough, it's like 50-50 physical and ebooks, which usually doesn't happen, but let's do this. In my most recent video, you will recognize and have remembered the sneak preview that I gave you guys, and that is Mercedes Lackeys, the last one that is published currently in the 500 Kingdoms series, and this is Beauty and the Werewolf. I've actually already read this one. I own the e-version, and this physical version was only like $2, and I have all the other physical versions, so I'm like, I have to. This one is about Isabella, who is the oldest daughter, and in standard fairy tales, the eldest usually doesn't have the best time of things, so she hopes to kind of to stop her horrible ending from happening. So she puts on a red cape and she goes off to meet her grandmother, to talk to her grandmother, and see if they can figure out a way to thwart her destiny. And in the process, she is attacked by a wolf who is actually an enchanted nobleman. And by that synopsis, you can tell there is a mixture of 2 fairy tales in this book. That would be Beauty and the Beast and Little Red Riding Hood. It's good. To be honest, I read this a little while ago, so I don't remember a lot of it. I do remember I gave it like 4 stars because it was a nice, enjoyable, fluffy little read that I liked a lot. And yeah, and I usually like most of Mercedes Lackeys in her 500 Kingdoms, and I'm hoping she comes out with another one at some point in time. Yeah. Okay, so the next one I'm going to show you, I'm actually currently reading, but I got it at the same time as I found Beauty and the Werewolf, and that is Summer and Bird. I'm partially through this one. This was one of those books that I was binging when I was on vacation at the beginning of this month, and then as soon as I came home and my brain couldn't handle reading anymore, this one got set on my nightstand, and I haven't really picked it up since. But it is a very whimsical tale of 2 sisters, Summer and Bird, who are on a journey to find their mother who has suddenly disappeared. It kind of has a Swan Lake-esque feel. It's got, the fairy tale bedtime story theme to it, but it's kind of like, it's dark. It's a little darker than bedtime. It's in the vein of a traditional fairy tale. And so far, I'm really enjoying it. I'm hoping that I can wrap this up so you guys can see my review in my April wrap-up, which should be coming in about a week. But who knows if that's gonna happen. Maybe. I don't know. And then I decided to join the read-along of the Inda series by Sherwood Smith. So I got the e-version of Inda, and I have read The Crown Duel by Sherwood Smith, and I liked her style, or his style. I don't even know if it's a boy or a girl, but that doesn't matter. I like the writing style of Crown Duel. I'm partway through Inda, and I'm really, really enjoying it. But once again, I started reading it when my brain just couldn't handle reading, so it's been a little slow going. but it's starting to pick up because once again, I want to have it done by my wrap-up so you guys can know my thoughts and opinions on it. And it's gonna happen, but I'm enjoying it. It's good. Another ebook that I picked up is Mistress of the Wind. I picked this one up on a whim after reading Ice, and I kind of needed a different version of East of the Sun, West of the Moon because Ice let me down a little bit. If you want the full reasoning and why, I'll link it down below so you can read yes, you can read by watching. You can watch my review over that book, but this one kind of takes more of an adult spin. I'm not sure how it's going to be, but I was just in the mindset of I need this story, but I need it differently. So I picked up Mistress of the Wind. Who knows if it's going to be any good, but I do that sometimes. Then I picked up Scarlet by Madeline Rocks. This is actually a novella that is part of her Asylum series. It gives a little backstory of who and what the Scarlets are and how some of the characters in the series became wrapped up in this whole Scarlet thing that, yeah, I can't give a lot away without like spoiling the whole series. I actually enjoyed this one. I read this one. I should probably wait for my wrap up to tell you what I thought of it. So I'll I'll wait for my wrap up to tell you my full feels, but I did enjoy it. Leave it at that for now. This is a book called April, not a wrap up. I should stop buying books and reading books in the same month, and then this confusion wouldn't happen. On the vein of impulse buys, as you can hear me pounding books together, I was, just around the books at the store, and I saw this. And I saw who it was by. And I'm like, heck yes. This is The Zodiac Legacy by Stan Lee. I picked it up. I'm like, this cover is cool. It's by Disney. That's weird. But Stan Lee is okay. I like the art. And then I opened it up. I'm like, everything is upside down. That doesn't, no, that doesn't. So but see, it's right side up. But it's upside down. I got so confused. So because of that confusion, I carried it around the grocery store with me for a while. I'm like, I don't know if they meant to do that or if it's an oddity, and if it's an oddity, I can't put it back. I need to take it. And then, of course, let me see if I can, because Stan Lee, guys. Stan Lee. I may have gotten it for the artwork. And it's technically a middle grade. I don't care. I like it. I mean, art. Gorgeous. I haven't given you a synopsis of what this is because part of me doesn't really know or really care. It's apparently about zodiacs and kids getting the powers of the zodiac, and this is probably just the first one in a series that is probably going to be called The Zodiac. I should hold it so you can see it. So who knows how it's gonna be, but I'm not giving it up just for the artwork alone. Even if I never read it, I will just randomly pick it up and look at the artwork. Stan Lee, guys. Stan Lee. The final ebook that I bought was because my roommate recommended it to me, and that is Texas Gothic by Rosemary Claremont Moore. All I know is this book contains ghost. That's all I can give you. Ghost. But usually you say the word ghost in a synopsis and I buy it. So recently on BookTube, I've been seeing some very gorgeous editions of some classics. that I may or may not have started drooling over. It's the designer in me. Sometimes it's about the outside of the books rather than the inside of the books, and it's not a good thing, but it happens. If the outside of the book matches the inside of the book, and I have a real like for both, then I'll buy it. Yes, I finally got my hands at least one book of the Penguin Drop Cap Classic editions. This one is When You Are Old by Yates. It's pink. Really pink. I got it partially because it was pink and partially because Yates did write down a few Irish fairy tales. And one of my cats, Nissa, her full name is Lady Nissa Lananchi. And Lananchi is a type of fae or fairy in Irish folklore. So I'm like, it needs to be in my collection because, yeah, pink fairy tales. Sold. Okay, this last book I'm the most excited about. I don't even know how to describe my reaction when I just saw this on the shelf. The Haunting of Sunshine Girl by Paige Mackenzie. First it was the cover. It was very Brooke Shaden-esque. So I'm like, that's interesting. Then I read the title and I'm like, haunting. I read the first 2 sentences of the synopsis and then it ended up in my basket. Obviously, it is about a girl who's being haunted. It wasn't until I was at the checkout line that I realized it was based on a YouTube web series. How did I not know about this? I watched, the first original episode, which is only about a minute long, where Sunshine is introducing herself, and I'm like, yes, please. So for the next probably hour or so, I am going to be binging Sunshine Girl, and I'm gonna like it, and this might be at the top of my to-read list after I finally finish the books I need to read for this month. I can't describe to you about how excited I am to have found this. My whole world has just changed in 24 hours. That is the end of my April book haul. I've got 7 more days not to buy books. Depending on when this video goes up, it's probably going to be 6 or 5 or whenever you watch this, I don't know. But hopefully I can stick to my no buying books in April. I think I can do it. Let me know if you have read any of these books and if they're going to be any good. I will have a whole bunch of links in the thingamajig over, the different links I found associated to these books in some of my reviews if I've already read the books. And you should tell me what your most favorite book that you bought in April was. Because maybe then I'll turn around and buy it in May. No, I shouldn't, but who knows? I heart your beautiful faces. Bye. I don't know if you guys will appreciate that sound, that I make loud sounds.